Hi, I'm Sam from Kotick, and today we're going to show you how to tubeless your wheel. But I'm rubbish at it, so I'll hand you over to Rich.
We're recording?
Yeah, that's good.
Was it flashing though?
Right.
What did I say?
First thing we're going to do is check we've got the right wheels and tyres. Usually you get some tape, alcohol wipe and the valve core. Don't lose those. So step number one, you need to clean the rim so that the tape sticks properly. So get one of these wipes. Usually start at the valve hole, so remember where I've been. So you're just wiping off any grease, so you've got the best chance of the tape sticking. So it's picked up a bit. Next step is to get your tape. For this you'll need a pair of scissors, which I've left over there. I want to overlap the valve hole. So make sure you get the correct width tape for the rim. It should fit in the well and then come up the inside lips of the rim. So this obviously is the correct width for this rim. So go over the valve hole, but make sure your tape is stuck down right in the centre of the well, like that. Just don't pull it too tight, otherwise you'll create air bubbles underneath and you'll fill up this gap, so you'll find it really hard to get the tyres on. And when they do get on, they might end up splitting the tape. So loose enough so it can stick down properly all the way around. Right, so when you get to the end, overlap your tape, go all the way past until you're past the valve hole. So the valve hole has 2 layers of tape over it. And get your scissors. I don't know why, I was always told cut that at an angle. Don't ask me why. Stick it all down. And then this is it, the best time to go round again the whole rim and just make sure it's really well stuck down. And check there's no splits in it or cracks. Try and get as many air bubbles out as you can. There you go. Next step. So you need to get your valve, take off the cap and the lock ring, keep them safe. What I always do is wind that in so you get a little sharp point, put it up there this way through the valve to make a little dent in your tape. So you made a little dent, and then from the top just put your valve in and press it nice and hard through there. Give it a good squeeze and then take the ring and put that on fairly tight. Great stuff. So you've got your tape on, got your valve in, now to put the tyre on. Check you've got the correct tyre, then check it again. It's probably worth checking a third time. When he says that, I'm just going to check the build sheet a third time. Trail boss, light, slash guard, 2.4. Yeah, we're alright. Okay. Next thing to check is the direction. So you look around the edge of the tyre, I'll say rotation. So we know the tyre's going that way around. Get the logo. Line it up with your valve and your dog. And put one side of the tyre on. Okay, so make sure when you're putting this together the tyre is over the valve, like that. Okay? Then check again that your tyre is rotating the correct way. Rotation, wheel, we're okay. So you got your tyre half on, opposite the valve, put half of the tyre on, or just over half, leaving a little open bit, and just leave it to the side for a minute. So we use cafe latex, that's about 100 mils up to that line. Okay? So, I'm going to pour the sealant into this well. Like that. So pour the sealant in, and then you can roll it round and feed the rest of the tyre on, leaving the valve to last if it's really tight, and then you've got the most space possible. But these fit really well together. Okay, so you've got your valve at the top and your sealant is sat at the bottom of the wheel. Double check that you've got your tyre either side of your valve, and now we're going to inflate it. There are 3 ways of inflating it: with the track pump, the CO2 canister, or we're going to use a compressor. Just check that the valve core is tight, so we've got one of these little tools. Just nip that up, so it just removes a potential problem if that's loose. So undo your valve, make sure it's free and moving. Put your pump on and get a blast. You should hear it seat all the way around. So once it's up and really hard, make sure it's seated and there's no bits of tyre trapped on both sides, like that. So do your valve up and then give it a shake. Remember, the sealant's here, so I like to slosh it around the whole tyre. The better coated the inside of the tyre is, the less likely you are to have any air leak out. And that's it. Pop your valve cap back on and repeat with the other side. But leave it up for a little bit to make sure it's fully seated and bedded into the rim. But don't panic if when you go to ride your bike it's lost a bit of pressure. It'll sometimes take a couple of rides to fully seal the inside of the, so you're not losing any air. So just pump it back up to whatever you need and then go for a ride. From seating pressure, you might want to let a bit of air out before you ride, because this is really too hard. Good luck.